Good evening. Today we have two parts for the presentation. In the first part, an interview with Alon Yarel. And in the second part, a video presentation of the origin of the universe. We host Alon Yarel. The interview will be computerized, so that the content will be conveyed to viewers clearly. Alon Yarel is an entrepreneur and inventor of various projects for many years. The inventions received development grants from the Chief Scientist, Ministry of Trade and Industry in Israel. We host Mr. Alon Yarel. The world's first discovered the origin of the universe. The discovery of the origin of the universe and all its implications are protected by copyright. All rights reserved. Alon Yarel. I'm glad to have you here.
Hello.
I understand that this interview is a world premiere.
I briefly had interviewed the radio in London, but this is my first serious interview.
How did you ever think about exploring the origin of the universe? What is your background?
The subject always interested me. I studied astronomy on my own. I studied the subject.
You created a presentation of the creation of the universe. I must say it's confusing. On the one hand, it sounds impossible to know the origin of the universe. But on the other hand, you detailed in detail the sequence of events from the beginning of creation in a wondrous manner to this day. How did you do it?
In fact, all the information was already here. Had only to process the information into one discovery of the origin of the universe. I collected the data and combined them into one scientific conclusion of discovering the origin of the universe.
Still, what point that you realized you discovered the origin of the universe?
It was clear to me all the time that there had to be a black hole close to the sun and that it was pouring mass into the sun. I thought at first that the black hole was close to the sun, because of that the mass coming out is limited. Which means that the sun blocks the black hole and that modulates the flow of mass that enters and flows into the sun. Of course, this is not the case. The critical turning point was when I watched a picture of stardust around the sun. It was necessary to understand that this was a continuous flow of stardust on the sun for millions of years. It was necessary to understand that there must be time differences of millions of years in order to have a continuous flow of stardust on the surface of the sun. It was necessary to understand that the mass that enters our universe from the black hole is stardust as a result of time difference.
I read in your post on your Facebook page Alien Science Association of Astronomy that not yet found the black hole on the sun. Is this discovery not a real discovery, and it is only theory? Could this be a wrong theory?
True, there is no definite discovery of a black hole on the sun. While there are video shots above the surface of the sun where a boiling mass emerges from a black cloud. Look here in this video. Here on the right, lava goes from an unclear source. I guess it's a black hole. Because of the lack of additional comprehensive information or additional videos footage that will confirm the assumption that this is a black hole with certainty, the temporary determination is that this is a black hole. This may change according to new findings. This is not an incorrect theory. This is a sure discovery of the origin of the universe. All the findings show that this is the discovering the origin of the universe.
What does it take to make a clear scientific statement that there is a black hole linked to the sun?
Space telescopes should be placed around the sun. Only one area of the sun is expected to have increased thermal activity. In this area is the black hole. We have to map the black hole. It is necessary to carry out thorough scientific work around the activity of the black hole on the sun.
What will it give us? What will we achieve by discovering the black hole? Is it worth the effort at all?
By discovering the black hole, we will confirm the existence of additional universes. We will understand that a rift in space necessarily leads to other universes. The direct conclusion is that Earth has reached our universe from a different universe. We will achieve development. We'll get progress. When Earth was divided into continents, development in all areas was small and slow. When all continents are united in many areas, the development of mankind has become accelerated. The result is that the quality of life increased in all the world. I expect humanity's development to be even more accelerated when it joins up with other lives beyond the rift of space. Besides, global warming will not stop. We must find a new home, starting right now.
But planets have been observed that can fit habitable humans in our universe. What is the problem of looking for a new home in our universe? Why search for a new home in another universe?
The problem is the distance. These are light years in which the nearest star is found to be habitable. According to the speed of technological development, it is appropriate and desirable to combine additional channels. We may not be able to reach those planets that may be habitable. Time is limited and we must exhaustion of possibilities. Searching in another universe can produce surprising results.
What do you mean? What surprising results?
Thanks to the good relationships we will create, we will cooperate with other forms of life beyond the space rift.
But how do we get to another universe? How do we make a space rift?
This black hole is a rift in space. Space rift can be made by artificial means.
Do you mean that we will make a nuclear explosion in space to create the black hole?
I thought of something a bit more controlled. A controlled space rift.
But it is known that black has tremendous powers that even the light is not reflected from the hole itself. Only getting close to the black hole would crush any mass approaching her. Would not it be dangerous?
Right. But there are several types of black holes. The goal is not to create the entirety of the black hole. The goal is to create a minor and temporary space rift, something controlled. Television uses a 27,000-volt burst voltage to display an image on a screen. We do not use lightning from the bursting voltage of their air to match TV? Of course not. So with Space Rift, we'll create something controlled.
The conversation is very interesting but the time is short. Before ending I ask you, what should happen to make your plans to work?
The discovery is alive and breathing. In order to continue the process of progress, a few things have to be done. In the first stage should make sure the existence of the black hole on the Sun. This will only be done with a combination of several space satellites around the Sun simultaneously. In the second stage, when the existence of additional universes is confirmed, we need to develop a space rift system.
Who would you be hope heard you? Who would you like to start these goals?
NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration currently has the largest budget for space exploration. NASA has the best capabilities to carry out the mission. I think that NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration should take the copyrights from me. I expect NASA to carry out these goals for the benefit of all humanity.
Time's up. I enjoyed to have you here. Hopefully we can make another interview. Thanks to Alon Yarel.
Thank you.
Copyright all rights reserved. There is a reason why the origin of the universe was not discovered until now. It's just a bit complicated to explain. The story of our universe begins in a different universe. A star exploded there. It created a black hole. The explosion in space created a rift in space into our universe. That is how our universe was created. The explosion was so massive that, in addition to the created universe, distortion in time was created. There were enormous differences in time between the two universes. What happens in the other universe in 1 hour or 2, in our universe is going millions of years. From the explosion of the star in the other universe, the rocks parts of the star entered into the black hole. The mass came out of that universe. Just as the may suddenly get out from our universe into an unknown space into a black hole, this is how the mass suddenly enters to our universe, from the other side of the black hole. The mass entering our universe is in the form of stardust. Because of the differences in time between universes, the mass that comes is in the form of stardust. From the explosion in the other universe, stardust flows into our universe for millions of years. This is the time it takes for the mass to enter our universe. Where's the black hole? Where is the stardust? How did the sun and the stars created? Stardust is surrounding the solar system. As a result of friction burned, there was a small sun created. This sun has been growing for millions of years. The black hole is linked to the sun, pouring stardust on the sun's surface. The sun surrounding its axis, and that's why there are black spots on the sun's surface every time in a different place. The dust around the solar system is the testimony from the time when the sun was lit, but not all the material was lit and united with the sun. The force that causes the elliptical movement of the planets around the sun is the power of the black hole. That is the power that creates the seasons. The black hole serves as a pushing force. In the summer the black hole is behind the sun, pushing the planets from the sun to their winter. Light is not caught in the black hole because the hole is in another universe. We cannot see from our universe what happens in another universe. The black hole throws stardust strongly on the surface of the sun, and revolves the sun on its axis. Ever since the sun was lit, the dust of the stars had been thrown hard on the surface of the sun, turning it around its axis. Just like in this picture. That's why stars circulate around the axis. The sun grows because of the stardust masses added to the sun. Global warming will not stop. Stardust saturated with energy flows to the sun all the time. When the black hole stops flowing stardust to the sun, the nuclear thermal reactor in the sun slows and stops activity. The sun cools and becomes to a regular star. That is how the universe was created. That's how the sun's created. That's how all of the stars all over the universe were created. It's not the end, there's a little more. There is a close connection between the two universes, a black hole in the other universe, giving rise to a new sun in our universe. All the stars in our universe were created in this way. This fits well with the Milky Way movement. But it is not clear whether the driving force in our universe or in the other universe. According to the presentation of the creation of the universe, we have a sterile universe. Life could not have possibly been created in our universe. From where did life come to our universe? In describing the creation of the sun and the stars, it is about standing stars. All the planets in the solar system and all of the planets whose speed has been measured, all are moving at the same speed. From where is the kinetic movement of the planets? The only possibility that answers that question is that the planets were sent from a different universe by a black hole, full and without any time difference between the universes. This is the cause of constant speed of the planets. This is also the only possibility that life will come to our universe. This argument leads to evidence of the existence of another universe, third one. It is not possible that the universe will have two entrances to our universe when one has time differences, and the other don't have. Therefore there is evidence of the existence of a third universe. Earth has also arrived from a different universe and brought life from there to our universe. Must be life in our universe, they must came from the other universe as well. It is also possible that we have in common the same ancestor. In another universe, a star exploded. A black hole was created. The explosion created our universe. There are enormous time differences between the universes. Because of the time differences between the universes, the mass enters our universe is stardust. As a result of friction, the material lit, a sun was created. Stardust that flows into the sun creates black spots. The power of the black hole causes elliptical motion of the planets around the sun. It creates the seasons. The sun turns around its axis because of the force of the black hole who throws stardust across the sun. This is also the reason why the planets revolve around their axis. Global warming will not stop. Stardust saturated with energy flows to the sun all the time. When the stardust will stops flowing, the sun cools and becomes a regular star. That is how the universe was created. That's how the sun's created. That's how all of the stars all over the universes were created. We're done, thanks for watching.